Hey, you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just holding on to ensure everything is set up. Hey, okay. So, how are you? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend? How has your day gone? Whichever day you're tuning to watch me, I'd love to know. Okay. So let's get started. Okay, my name is Eva Evanjoy. I'm an intuitive healer. I do work with two modalities. One which is based on working with Akashic records and it's called soul realignment. And the second is based on rewiring your nervous system. It's called quantum flow, which is based on working with breathwork, sound, and movement to help you release any kind of stuck trauma within your nervous system. And I'm going to be sharing more on that at the end of this live. So make sure you stay tuned and watch until the end to actually learn how I can actually help you really awaken your full potential, rewire your mental, emotional, physical, energetic well-being. Okay, so if all of this sounds good, make sure you tune in until the end of this live. Okay, so getting started today. I've had a busy week. Not a busy week, actually. It was a downtime week because if you watch my last live, I was not feeling well on the last live and I had to do it earlier than normal because, I was just off that day. And this week has just been a whole recovery and me coming back to myself, which has been a journey. Sometimes you do need our downtime, okay? Which I'll be the first to admit that I'm not um so intentional with it. So for me, it's the day I wake up and I decide, oh yeah, I'm feeling a little bit worn out. That's the day I'm gonna take a break, but usually that's never. Okay. But anyways, that's besides the point. I love starting my life by actually sharing the lesson that I've learned this week. And I'll be honest with you, with the downtime I had this week, I haven't really had any opportunity to tap into learning and growing and evolving. Okay, so it's mostly just been me taking a breather, relaxing, which is important actually. Maybe that's my lesson for the week. That anytime your body just says, you know what, we need a break, listen to that. You really need to find a way to work in partnership with your body because sometimes most people just stop taking care of their body, and without your body, you will not be able to do anything else. I don't care. Like your health should be your number one priority, and it's the one thing that people rarely take care of. But remember that it doesn't even matter how many accolades you get, how much money you have in the bank, how many relationships you have, all of that if your body is not okay, you will not be able to enjoy all of that. So anytime, if you can actually cultivate a way to build a beautiful relationship with your body, that will be phenomenal, really, because your body is always trying to communicate with you. Anytime you're feeling a bit off, it's not your body trying to punish you, it's your body alerting you to the fact that something is off and we need to pay attention right now before it actually becomes way worse than it needs to be. And I remember when I started my healing journey, the first thing that I actually had to heal was my relationship with my body because it was completely off at that time. So I had to um, really start working on my health, the kind of things I was eating, making sure I'm drinking enough water, making sure I'm taking enough rest. All those things I never used to do. And funny thing is that once I started doing that, it helped me to really go deep with in terms of my spirituality. Okay, your body, you'll consider that to be your roots. So if you don't have your roots in tip-top shape, guess what? The whole plant gets ruined, and the whole plant is even your connection with your higher self. So anytime your body is trying to communicate with you, maybe you're feeling tired, stop ignoring that. If your body says I need to rest, go rest. Okay, and really start building that partnership with your body. Okay, so for me, I guess that was my lesson for today, and I hadn't even thought of that, so that was impromptu. Okay, so back to today's topic, which is all about raising your vibration, okay? And I want to ask you something. Have you ever had those days where you just get out of the bed and it's like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and everything just happens to go downhill from the minute you just put your leg down, your feet down on the floor, boom, things just start happening. And you normally find that anytime you have a horrible start to your morning, it usually impacts the rest of your day. Okay, so it could be an argument with your partner, with your children, or maybe you've just heard news that are not so great, or you stabbed your toe, or you just happen to maybe see a tear in the clothes that you were going to wear that day, and it just ruins you completely. And then after that, you find that things are just going downhill and downhill and downhill, and before you know it, like it's been the worst day ever. And I love to know if you can relate to that because I want to say that I used to have a lot of them, especially when I was in the corporate world. Right now, not so much because I have worked on my stress response system with the methodology called quantum flow, which I'm going to be explaining more on at the end of this live. Okay. But basically, anytime you find yourself doing that, you find that a lot of people get stuck in that loop of things just keep on going bad and bad. And for some reason, we've happened to normalize that for some reason. I don't know why. That once you just started the day badly, you had an argument with someone in the morning, boom, your whole day is ruined and you just relegate yourself to that, and it doesn't have to be the case, which is the reason why I want to talk about today, right? And really ask you the question that, do you have any tools that you use to shift yourself out of those negative vibrations that you find yourself in, right? Because just because someone just made you angry right now doesn't mean it has to impact the rest of your day. And the same thing, sorry, also goes for how you end your day. Because also, if you're going to bed angry, guess what? Chances are you're going to be bringing that anger the following day to your work, to whatever it is you're doing in the following day. So instead of letting go of all those things that went wrong today, you carry them along to the next day. And you find yourself stuck in a loop of negative occurrences over and over again. And I'll apologize if you hear me coughing because I'm still recovering, okay? But basically, what I found, I want to share my tools and techniques that I normally use just to really intention that I'm gonna have the best day. Now, the disclaimer for this is that just because I'm sharing this doesn't mean that once you start tapping into this methods that things are just gonna go boom, you know? Not always, because you're still gonna encounter things that trigger you. You're still gonna encounter people and situations that shift you out of that high vibe vibration. And you have to be aware in such moments that you don't get completely sucked into that low vibration and then end up ruining the rest of your day. If you can relate to that, make sure you share with me down in the comments, right? And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Okay. So I want to share some of the tools that I use, one of which is intentioning your day. Okay. And I actually found a beautiful, beautiful journaling questions that you can be tapping into the first thing before you wake up. And I actually want to ask you, what's the first thing you normally do once you wake up? Are you the kind of person who just wakes up and the first thing is that your phone is just next to you, boom, 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 I'm on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, just scrolling, doom scrolling, right? And just catching up with the day's happenings. And usually that never ends well because, again, a lot of the media that we have is never intention to put you in a high vibration. So a lot of it is intention to just drag you down into the low vibration. So if the first thing you do in the morning is that you wake up and boom, phone scrolling, guess what? That's a surefire way of just starting your day horribly, and chances are it's not going to go up from there because chances are you will read something that will trigger you. Even if it's not a media, it could be you come across a message that not some of the best messages maybe you received from someone the previous night that you're tapping into first thing in the morning that probably ruin your mood. So why do you want to put yourself through that first thing in the morning? Okay. One of the best things that I've actually done that I've actually been doing for a couple of months is that I don't use my phone first thing in the morning. So my phone is always on airplane mode. Okay. So airplane mode and Wi-Fi turned off also because I don't want to interact with the world until I'm ready to interact with the world. So for me, first thing, even if I'm touching my phone, because some of my meditation tools are on the phone, some of my journals, okay, like the ones that I'm gonna share right now of how to intention your day. I usually have them recorded somewhere in my phone because for me that's easier for me to track. So for me, because I realized that I do need my phone for such circumstances, I ensure that my phone is on airplane mode and on also like no Wi-Fi, no nothing. I'm not receiving any messages. So that could be one of the techniques that you start tapping into going forward. Okay. That you don't look at your phone first thing in the morning until you're ready to do that, until you're ready to interact with the world. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, what can you actually use to replace your phone in the morning? Have a journal at hand. First thing you do in the morning when you wake up, it's just literally, by the way, if you can start practicing this, that you take a deep breath and just say, thank you. I'm alive today. Guess what? Not everyone got so lucky to actually wake up that morning safe and sound and having a beautiful night's sleep. Not everyone is blessed to have that. So if you're waking up today and you're feeling, whoa, I had the best sleep ever, regardless of even how you woke up. Just say thank you. That's a gift that you're taking for granted. Okay, so before you even put your feet on the ground, it's thank you. I'm alive today. That's a beautiful practice to start your day. Next thing is that if you don't have to probably rush to the washroom or something, then take your journal and now start writing. One thing that I found to be so beautiful is that if you can start your day again with gratitude, so in addition to just saying thank you for being alive, write 3 or 5 things that you're grateful for in that moment. Just write them in your journal. And this is a habit you get to practice and cultivate daily. Okay. So it's not that you're going to wake up, of course, if it's not something you've been doing, you're not going to wake up and then all of a sudden that, it becomes a habit. It's something you have to commit to doing. And that's what I'm saying, that before you reach for your phone, okay, if you can actually sleep with your phone as far away from you as possible, do that. If you can't, maybe like me, because I prefer recording some of these things on my phone, then yeah, make sure it's on airplane mode and everything is switched off so that you're not interacting with the world. Okay. So write 5 things you're grateful for in that moment. Beautiful way to start your day. And then I found these brilliant questions that can really help you really set an intention for your day. And this I actually got from Gabby Bernstein. Okay, so let me just take some water. So the 4 questions are, and I'm going to read them out loud. Who do I want to be today? Answer that question for yourself. Journal on it. Okay. How do I want to feel today? What do I want to give today? What do I want to receive today? Beautiful way to intention a brilliant start to your day. And by doing that, now you're actually taking control back of your day. So you're no longer a victim of the circumstances that are going to happen from there. Remember that intentions are what form, our creations, right? Most of the time. So if you intention that you're going to have this kind of a day, chances are you are going to have that kind of a day. But again, it's something you have to cultivate to do within yourself each and every day for that to actually work. It's probably not going to work for the first couple of days, but that doesn't matter, right? You keep on doing that and then just start watching what happens to you during the day. I'm not saying that once you start doing this, that again, things are just going to go 100% okay for you. You'll still meet with some triggers, but remember that you're taking control of your day. So you're no longer a victim of those circumstances. You're intentioning that today is going to be a great day, right? And if I happen to meet those people or those situations that trigger me, one thing I can do is just go back to my journal and remind myself, hey, I had intention that today I was going to be happy. I had intention that today I was going to be grateful and I was going to be kind and I was going to be compassionate to the people who trigger me. So once you have that at the rotating in the back of your mind, guess what? The universe now starts bringing to you those people and circumstances that match that intention for you. So you're no longer a victim to whatever happens in the world. You're intentioning to create a better day for yourself. Okay, so this will be a brilliant way for you to take control back of your day. Okay, at night also, how you end your night also really determines how you get to wake up the following day and even what you get to dream about. So one of the practices is I normally do is that number one practice I normally do every morning is that I love journaling about my dreams anytime that I remember them. Okay. And you can actually get a lot of messages through your dreams. So if you can actually, well, I didn't know I was gonna be coughing like that, but anyways, still recovering from a cold. Okay. Before you go to sleep, it's just intention in that I want to remember my dreams tomorrow. Remember that a lot of the communication, some of the communications from our higher self, from our guides, sometimes come through dreams. And if you can learn how to really start paying attention to that, you can actually get answers to a lot of the questions that have been plaguing your mind. Because the minute that your higher self and your divine team notices that you're paying attention to your dream, guess what? It will be the easiest way to communicate with you. So if you're intentioning to remember your dreams the following day, chances are you are going to remember. So another journal you can have next to you is your dream journal and just start recording the dreams that you have every day when you wake up, which can also be a brilliant way to help with your memory. Okay. And okay. So when you go to sleep, it's setting that intention that you want to remember your dream. Okay. The next thing is that you can also write 5 things you're grateful for at night. It could be five, it could be more than five, whatever feels good for you. But I will say at least the minimum, do three. 3 things that you're grateful for the things that have happened in that day. Just journal on them. So in the same journal that you started your morning off by saying, I'm grateful for this in the morning, and remember, when you're also saying giving gratitude, it's not only for the things you have, you can also give gratitude for the kind of day you want to have. So I'm so happy and grateful for the amazing day I'm going to have, and just also a brilliant way to start intentioning your day going forward. Okay. Now, at night, journal 3, 5, 10 things, whatever feels good for you about things you're actually grateful for that have happened in that day. Even the very fact that you're on that bed and you have a bed to sleep on and you have clothes to wear at that time, you've eaten, you've drunk water, all of that. So many things you can be grateful for because that will be a brilliant way to just help you release any kind of negative vibes maybe you've picked within yourself, you within the day, because you cannot be grateful and still be in a low vibration. It's impossible. So the minute you can tap into a gratitude state, trust me, that's a very powerful way to end your day. And with also intention that it will ensure that you're no longer a victim of whatever happened today, tomorrow. So you're not carrying forward the anger, carrying forward the frustration, the disappointment that you've experienced within the day. So that's a brilliant way to end your day, okay? And I'd love to know your thoughts on this and also share with me the kind of things that you normally do just to help you really reclaim back your day and your night and intentioning that you're having a great day. Um, for most of your time, okay, that you're really taking control back of your time, of your energy each and every day. Okay. I'd love to know how you normally go about that. So let's learn from each other. That was one. Okay. The next thing is that during the day, like I've said before, it's you're still gonna meet things that are gonna trigger you. So my question to you is that are you aware of the things that actually lower your vibration during the day? Because most of us engage with these things, even when we know for sure, anytime I listen to this person, anytime I watch this thing, for some reason I'm just gonna get angry or disappointed. And then you would still find yourself tapping into that. I'll give you an example. Like for me, I know I have, and I mentioned this before on my channel, it's that I stopped watching news a long time ago. I actually started off like 2 months ago again, but then it just reached a point because anytime I watch news, I get angry, I get disappointed, I get frustrated, I get demoralized. And those are all low vibrations that can really impact you and how you're going to show up in that day in a very negative way. So once I realized the kind of vibration that watching news puts me on, I had to stop. So my question to you will be, are you aware of the things that actually lower your vibration and put you in that kind of negative state? It could be even certain songs you listen to that you know very well anytime I listen to this song, I get depressed. Why are you listening to it? Okay, it could be certain conversations you have that you start talking about someone, gossiping about someone, hearing news about someone else, and it makes you feel angry and sad and disappointed. Why are you engaging in those kind of conversations? there are certain things that maybe you might not be able to avoid. Maybe certain colleagues, maybe your boss who has just a brilliant way of triggering you. You cannot avoid those circumstances, and I'm going to be addressing more of how to deal with that when that happens. But the things that are within your control that you can just stop paying attention to them. Okay, if you go on certain media or you're watching a channel and someone just keeps on pissing you off all the time, why are you listening to that person? There's a reason why the block feature was invented. And I'm assuming it's for certain cases. So if you watch a certain person who happens to trigger you in a really negative way, stop paying attention to them. Snooze them for the next 30 days so that they're no longer on your feed. Don't listen to them. Ask you whatever it is, whatever media it is, just state the intention. Don't recommend this channel. I don't want to see anything from this person. If this person triggers you, why are you paying attention? That could be a brilliant way to really, again, hack back your day so that you're not constantly lowering your vibration over and over again. And these are things that you have control of. Okay. So how about the things that you don't have control of? Maybe you meet, you're in such a hurry, you get stuck in traffic, and it just seems like one of those endless days, like traffic is just not ending and it keeps getting you angry and angry. Okay, those moments now are sometimes unavoidable, and you have to also learn how not to give your energy away, because the minute you're allowing such things to take control over you, essentially you're giving your power away to that person, right? And again, we don't want a situation that just because you've encountered this thing, you've just been stuck in traffic for what, 30 minutes, and then that ruins the rest of your day. The next 8, 10 hours at work, you're not going to be in a good mood just because you got stuck in traffic. You do realize, like, sometimes that just sounds ridiculous. It does not have to be like that. Okay, you don't have to ruin your day just because one person happened to piss you off. Take back your power. So what are the kind of things that you normally do to help you shift out of those kind of vibrations? Maybe your boss decided to piss you off, or woke up also on the wrong side of the bed and decided that today I am going to make your life miserable. And then boom, your entire day is ruined. It doesn't have to be like that. And this is why I'm saying, like, first of all, make again a list of those things that you know for sure lower your vibration, and then commit to avoiding and not paying attention to those things. Now, these things that do, make another list of the things that you can do that will help you shift your vibration to a higher, more positive vibe. So for me, sometimes it's just listening to certain kind of music, and I'm just boom, I'm back to my high vibrational state. Anytime I listen to certain songs, I'm like boom, back. I forget whatever happened in the previous moment. Okay. Sometimes it could be as simple as, I know the one thing that I love to do anytime I feel myself getting feeling sad or whatever it is, it's meditation. Anytime I connect to my higher self, anytime I just sit and reconnect to my spirit, I'm back. Okay. I immediately let go of whatever was making me feel sad or angry or whatever it was, and I'm back to my normal self. So you can find a meditation, and there are a ton of them on the media, on YouTube, whatever it is, right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just sit down and meditate, and then really let go of all those things, that person, that circumstance that made you feel sad or angry in that moment. If you can take a break, right? Even if it's going to the washroom and just sitting with yourself for 5 minutes and just really coming back to yourself, that could be a beautiful way to really start letting go of all those things that take you away from the high vibe vibration. And you no longer have to be a victim of that. It no longer, and remember, all of these things that I'm sharing with you, it helps you, it's upon you to choose, right? If you want to continue having a horrible day just because one person happened to piss you off for like 5 minutes, that's all on you. But if you're choosing to take back control of that, of your power, and saying that, I'm not going to let you take my day. Today, intention to be a great day, and it's going to be a great day. How do I get myself back? These are the tools that I'm sharing with you. So meditation is one. Breath work is another brilliant way. Literally just breathing deeply for just a couple of minutes. Okay. And one of the things that I'd advise you to do is, taking deep breaths, not just to your chest, because a lot of people just do shallow breathing. Our natural way of breathing is actually breathing all the way into our belly. and letting our bellies be fully expanded when you inhale. And then when you exhale, just letting yourself relax. So just doing that for like 5 minutes. Okay, just breathing and just putting your attention there for just 5 minutes. And then boom, you forget whatever it was that had just affected your mood in the previous moment. Okay. Another way of using breathwork to do with this or deal with any kind of low vibe situation is box breathing. Box breathing is actually one of my favorite ways to really reconnect and bring you back into balance. So by box breathing, I'm saying that you're inhaling and exhaling at the same amount of time. Okay. So what I mean by that is, and we're just going to try this out, okay? So when you're inhaling, okay, so you're counting in your head to the tune of 4, okay? So inhaling in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then exhale 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can do it to as take it as far as you go. Okay, so you can just start with maybe you can take one deep breath, exhale one deep breath, take two deep breaths, exhale two deep breaths, like that. Then you do 3, then you do 4, then you do 5, then you do 6 until 10. However much you can take it, but making sure that they're lasting the same amount of time. Because what that does is that it brings your brain back into coherence, back into balance. So whatever it was that had affected you and taken you out of a place of balance, right? Now you're starting to release it by just start tapping into the breath. So such simple techniques, which will only take you what, just a couple of minutes to do, and you can just take 2 3 minutes. Hell, even if you're doing breath work, right? You can even do breath work when you're walking, okay? Who on earth is gonna know or gonna be paying attention to you just breathing silently to yourself? So if you can just take a moment, 2 3 minutes, just do box breathing or just doing deep breaths into your belly, you're out of that whatever vibration that was. Okay. Another thing is that I normally do is that I intention that every day. Okay. So I normally have a bell. So you can literally look for an app on Play Store, whatever it is that you use, look for a mindfulness bell, which means that the mindfulness bell is basically you can set a timer that every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, you're taking a moment just to come back to yourself, tapping into gratitude. Okay. So for me, every 34, I'm able to do 30 minutes. If you can't, you can do 1 hour, you can do 2 hours, you can do 3 hours, whatever works best for you. Okay. Depending on how busy you are and how much time you can commit to. But literally, it doesn't take long because this should only take you 2 to 3 minutes to do at most. Okay. So every time that bell goes off, it's a reminder. Take a deep breath in and out. You can do box breathing at that moment. You can then even choose to tap into gratitude because remember, I said that it's impossible for you to be grateful and still feeling a low vibration emotion. It's not you can maintain the two states at the same time. You have to let go of one. So if you're choosing gratitude, that's the state that you're going to embody. So every 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, you intention to take a moment to just tap into gratitude, tap into yourself, remind yourself, go through the list that I had asked you to journal about in the morning. Remember, who do I want to be today? How do I want to feel? What do I want to give today? What do I want to receive today? You can even take a moment just to remind yourself in case you've forgotten, okay? And really start coming back into yourself. So these are beautiful, beautiful hacks that you can actually help you to raise your vibration within the day, especially for those things that are unavoidable. Okay. So remember, if you can hack your morning, you can hack your evening, you can hack during the day. Guess what? You're taking back your power slowly and slowly. And remember, you won't get it right the first couple of times, but you intention and you commit to doing it on a daily basis. And I kid you not, talk to me in a couple of months' time, in a couple of weeks' time, with you committing to doing this and let me know how your day is going. Okay? Because I keep something is gonna shift. Remember that your outside reality always shifts to match whoever you are on the inside. So if you're intentioning that every day I'm gonna make sure that I'm choosing to have a great day, and choosing to have an impactful, amazing filled day and all of that, guess what? The universe has no choice but to obey that intention for you. And that's what you want. You don't have to be stuck in the pain and the suffering, which a lot of people are actually addicted to. Where like literally this is what you've been taught. Okay. Now on this part of raising your vibration, I'll also put a disclaimer for you in that sometimes you might tap into things that give you the illusion that they're raising your vibration, but it's just actually numbing you. Okay. So I'll give an example. Like sometimes you'll find like, oh wow, I've had the most stressful day. We just take a glass of, you know, wine or some kind of alcohol, or I don't know what it is. Only you know best. Those things that you take and then they make you feel good in that moment, but in essence, it's actually just numbing your pain. It's not doing anything else. Just making you forget your pain in this moment, and then once that thing is over or the effect of that is over, it's back to whatever it was that was stressing you before. So if whatever method you're choosing to use to help you raise your vibration takes you back, the minute you stop tapping into that, then maybe you really, really, really need to examine those things because you don't want temporary band-aids. You don't want to numb that pain. Most people usually engage in those things because they're running away from the feeling, feeling bad. Like if you feel so uncomfortable to be angry or sad or disappointed, it's easier to just numb that and forget that pain. But remember, the numbness doesn't take the pain away. It doesn't address the situation. So you're gonna find yourself back where you started, if not worse. Okay. So yes, you can go and take a glass of wine just to take the edge off, but then a few hours later, you're back to the low vibration that you're in. If it's not aggravated, actually, chances are sometimes it even becomes worse. So don't numb the pain. In fact, if anything, I'd advise you if you can teach yourself to just sit with it before you reach for whatever it is that you want to use to numb your pain, sit with it. Get yourself to just sit with it for 2, 3 minutes. Because trust me, your ego loves to play those kind of tricks on you, right? Like it will make you believe, like, if I engage in this, I'm going to die. So let me just take the glass of wine, let me take this drug, let me take this just to numb the pain, because if I don't do this, I'm just gonna die. And that's not the case. So if you can start training yourself to just sit with the negative emotions and just let yourself feel. And in this moment, tap into your breath. Just a little like and I've shared this before on my channel. Nir Eyal, the author of Indestructible, normally shares that if you can just sit with that uncomfortable feeling for just 10 minutes, just breathing, not doing anything else, just letting yourself feel that. You're not judging yourself, you're not letting yourself fall into shame or guilt. Just sit with those emotions and just watch them get shifted out of your body. And the more and more you do that, you'll no longer have the need to numb your pain away. You'll actually, again, be taking back your power and not giving temporary solutions to long term pain. Okay. I call them band aid solutions. They don't work, they just make the wound worse. Okay. So, really be careful of those activities you're tapping into during that, whatever it is, just to help you raise your vibration, that they're not numbing you, that they're actually helping you fully tap out of whatever low vibration emotion you're in. Okay. So I love to know your thoughts on this. I think this are the things that I wanted to share today. So let me know your thoughts on this, and also share with me some of your techniques that you normally use to help you tap into a higher vibration and not get sucked into the, you know, unfortunate, the series of unfortunate events just because you just started off your day in a horrible way. Okay, so let me know in the comments below. And also, if you have any questions on this, I love to dive deeper with you. So make sure you connect with me in the chat, in the comments. Okay. And if you like the kind of content I do share out here, do make sure that you subscribe and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I actually go live and any kind of content I share out during the week. Okay. And I did promise I was going to share with you the two modalities do I do work with that actually help you with all of these things that I was talking about. Okay, so one of them is based on working with Akashic Records. So I've noticed that a lot of people have lost total connection with your authentic self. Okay. If you live in this day and age where there's so much pressure to be things, are the things, this is the only path to success. You have to do this in order to find success and all of that. Like we live in in an age of information and it's always been bombarded. We're being bombarded by information left, right, center. Okay. If you're not aware of who you are, if you're not aware of who you were designed to be, it's very easy to get lost, to lose yourself in all of this noise. And guess what? By doing that, going against who you're designed to be, the only thing that does is create a lot of dysfunction in your life, which is always reflected in different areas of your life, from your health to your finances, to your relationships, and all of that. Okay. So if you're watching me and maybe you completely lost touch with yourself, you have zero idea who you are. You have zero idea of what kind of gift, what kind of uniqueness that you actually were designed to bring into this world. Because if you're watching me, trust me, there is a certain uniqueness. There are certain gifts that only you can do. But without connection to self, you lose yourself in trying to be things that you're not, which is where a lot of people are actually stuck. Okay. So it's soul alignment. It's really reconnecting you back to who you are at soul level. Who are you designed to be? What are your soul level gifts that you need to leverage to create a better experience for yourself so that you're no longer trying to be things that you're not and you're fully tapped into who you are? The world needs you to be the best version of you, not of someone else, but of yourself. So if you want to know what makes you uniquely you, your particular soul level gift, if you feel yourself like, if you've ever had this feeling like you just don't belong, like, you look around, you're like, it feels like everyone else is normal, you're the abnormal one. And trust me, I resonate with that because that was literally my entire struggle for most of my life. If you've ever felt like that, there's a reason for that, okay? So it's soul lemon, it's really reconnecting you again to who you are at soul level and who or where you currently your soul is originally from. Because here's the thing, okay? If you're watching me, I'm sure you're familiar of the term called stasis, right? A lot of people are not from planet Earth. Their souls are not from planet Earth. They're from a different star system. And your soul bears the characteristics of that star system. If you've ever felt like I'm just not like every other person. There's a reason behind that. And it's soul element you can actually connect with where your soul is originally from and actually get to determine your soul level characteristics and traits that you actually exhibit on a day-to-day basis. And you don't even recognize the uniqueness and the beauty in that. Okay. And the next thing you get to discover in the soul element session is that you get to connect to a particular soul story, okay? A past life where your soul started going against who it was designed to be. So you made so many negative choices in that past life. And in most cases, you're still repeating the same mistakes right now. Because what happens with that, once we start going against who we were designed to be, we just start incurring or what is it called? Getting negative karma imprinted in our blueprint. And we keep on attracting the same kind of circumstances, same kind of situation, same kind of people over and over again in an attempt to for our souls to help resolve all this negative karmic experience. So if you felt like you've been stuck in a loop, like you keep on attracting the same set of circumstances, the same type of people, just in different bodies, but it's literally the same person you've been dating, you've been interacting with, there's a reason behind that. And if you want to know what that is, Soul Relevant can really help you with that. Connect with that particular past life so that you can now identify the root cause of whatever circumstances you're experiencing in your life right now. And once you identify them and you identify the choices or the mistakes that you're still making right now going forward, you no longer need to make the same mistakes again. You get to choose how you show up in the world. You get to choose how you choose to interact in the world by making better choices for yourself. So if you're curious about this, okay, and one more thing is that with the soul element is that you get to heal all of this with the Akashic records. So you get to clear this negative karmic blueprint that you've picked up for so many lifetimes, get to clear it, get a clean slate, sort of, okay? So clear all these negative karmic imprints so that now you no longer have to be a victim of those past life circumstances. Now going forward, because now you're fully aware of who you are and how you're supposed to be showing up, now you get to make better choices going forward so that you're no longer incurring or imprinting more negative karma for yourself. So if all of this sounds good, do book a discovery call with me down below in the description box. Ask any question you have, maybe just to really determine if this is a good fit for you or not. Or if you're just feeling comfortable connecting on Facebook or Instagram, do connect with me and I'll be happy to guide you and really help you determine whether Soul Relevant can actually help you in your healing journey. Okay. So that's the first modality. The second modality I work with is called quantum flow, which is all about rewiring your nervous system. So a lot of the experiences that negative experiences that you've had in this lifetime, all the way from childhood, are usually imprinted within your nervous system. Okay. So you find that anytime you encounter circumstances or situations that trigger this memory within your nervous system, you tend to have overblown reactions to a very small trigger. There's a reason behind that. Chances are that whatever is happening has triggered an old emotional wound that you're yet to resolve and release within your nervous system. Most people, when it comes to their healing journey, they normally just focus on working on their mind. Okay, just rewiring their mind and rewiring their unconscious patterns, but they forget to incorporate their body into their healing process. And if you're not incorporating your nervous system, really releasing all this stuck trauma, all this stuck stress responses, and all of that within your nervous system, you find yourself reacting in the same way again and again. So, incorporating your nervous system into your healing journey can actually help you accelerate your healing and you're letting go of all those things that have kept you stuck in your emotional wounds, in your emotional past stories, and all of that. Okay, so with quantum flow, it's all about using breathwork, sound, and movement to help break down these patterns within your nervous system so that you're no longer a victim of who you are in the past. And the more and more you do that, you find that you're releasing more and more energy, which will help you tap into higher states of being in your physical, in your emotional, in your mental, in your energetic, in your spiritual well being. Because here's the thing, if you're still stuck in who you are in the past, if your nervous system still has memories of who all those emotional wounds and the past traumas, it means that even that connection with your higher self, it's not as clear as it should be because the energy that's stuck within your nervous system is blocking that continuous flow between yourself and your higher self. So with quantum flow, it's really breaking down those stuck patterns. And by doing that, now you're opening up the channel for you to be able to receive more intuition, more guidance from your higher self. So if you want to connect with that, if you want to boost your flow state, okay, so your flow state is that state where when you're in that state, like you have no sense of time or space, and you're really in your full creativity, full genius, and all of that. Quantum flow can actually help with that, and so many other things. Boost your energetic levels, boost your productivity, boost your creativity, boost your intuition, so many things, okay? If you're curious about this and you want to learn more, you can actually, first of all, check out the free meditations that I have for you in the description box down below. Get a chance to interact with that meditation and just really start um, understanding what quantum flow can do for you. And remember, this meditation that I have in the description box is just a small taste of what quantum flow is. There is so much more to quantum flow, okay? And if you're curious, you can go ahead and book a discovery call with me or go ahead and connect with me on Facebook or Instagram, ask any question of me, and I'll be happy to answer you and let you know how quantum flow can help accelerate your development, accelerate your healing process, and so much more. I hope I will get to see you on the other side. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on next time that I go live. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you on the next live. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of your week. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you what you've learned in this new week. Okay, so make sure that you leave your comments in the comments